kill you, Stu. What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome to another episode of A Shot of Reviews. I am your host, Jarrell, and with me is my very faithful companions. What's your name?
Well, today I might be Snarky Stu.
Snarky Stu. Let's call you the regular name. What's your known as?
Big League Stu.
Big League Stu over here. And we usually have 3 people on this show, but tonight we are down 1 because Snarky Mark had a bit of an emergency, so he will not be here tonight. But that's all right. We had a show just 2 of us last week, so we will carry on and still bring the top-notch entertainment you guys all been hoping for. Now, how this show works is we always, every week, get together, have some shots, have some beers, talk about some musical topics and everything happening in the world music-wise. And what's most important, we review some of the albums that came out this week or the past few weeks ago. And this week we have actually, being that it's Black History Month. Did you know that, Stu? We get the coldest month of the year and the shortest month.
Yeah, February. Yeah, it's the shortest.
that's that little, like, here you go. Thank you so much. We'll
It's
just
the
give you that.
Minora month.
Yeah. So they gave us that month. So what I figured out we will do is have this week we'll do some urban black artists. So tonight we have, for all the potheads out there, the new album from Wiz Khalifa. We also are going to do the new album from Future, the world-renowned or famous trap hip-hop artist. And we're going to do the new album from the Canadian R&B duo group Madrid Jordan. And I know they're not black, but unfortunately the Kanye album that I wanted to review this week has not been released yet on physical copy or Apple or even Spotify. Did you know that, Stu, is only available on Tidal, that Jay-Z label?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Trying to capitalize?
Kanye and Jay-Z are like bed buddies, so he'll just do anything to like appease his friend. And Jay-Z's trying to get that streaming service to like really get off the ground, but I'm kind of against like getting that. I don't know if you have Tidal at all. I don't want to besmirch the great.
Tidal.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I'm not saying Spotify is the greatest thing ever, but they need to make it where it's convenient, so you're not having to get all these different streaming services. And the way Tidal works is they're trying to like give more back to the artists.
Now, they got many different genres on Tidal, or is it just all like hip hop?
Just the artists that want to be there. So far they got Madonna, Taylor Swift. Adele's latest album is only exclusively on Tidal because they pay more to the artists on that than the other things like Spotify, so they're like, I guess, boycotting it, and they're trying to make people sign it to it by giving you exclusive things on Tidal, things like that. But one of the things Kanye did was his album. He had like this big like release party at Madison Square Garden. But we'll get into that more later when we get to the music news, because actually he's one of our big topics tonight for when we get to the music news portion of the show. Also, we will be seeing if we have any emails. Actually, there's some emails I didn't get to last week, so I'm going to see if we have any emails this week to read. But most importantly, we can't forget our one important person of the show that makes everything happen. Little John is here tonight. He's here every week to let us know when it's time to do some shots, and when he gives out that call, since this is what I wanted to call like a interactive show, you guys can drink at home or wherever you're listening as well with us. Whenever you hear this term, this word, or this song, it's time to drink. Yes. That's what it always is. I need some today. I'm kind of drained, but tonight we will be drinking some Seagram gin and juice.
Seagrams.
I said Seagram. Well, that's
Seagrams. Yeah, it does kind of say that. It's Seagrams.
Sponsored by the one and only Snoop Dogg, right?
Yeah, sipping on gin and juice.
Now, this alcohol content's kind of low, so I think that means we can promise you a pretty coherent show tonight. Yeah. We're at only 17%, so
we got to totally pound these things.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's how you feel the answer is, just drink twice as much. If you want to drink that at home or wherever you guys got, it doesn't matter. Just drink up with us, have some fun. So it's to Stu, another great show, Down the Hatch. This is what they were singing about in the song. It's not bad. It's probably that one of that stuff that creeps up on you, I think.
It's like juice. Sipping on apple juice.
So how was your week, Stu? What did you do? I see. I'm sorry I couldn't meet you last night. Stu texted me actually that I meet him at the bar, but I was out in Pennsylvania. So what did you end up doing?
Let's see. Went to Roxy and Duke's.
Oh, for a show or
For it was ha-has and ta-tas. So it was comedy and then burlesque.
I'll explain
and then
that.
comedy.
What
and
was
then burlesque.
funnier? Or what was sexier? Was it the other way around?
Well, I obviously the burlesque was sexier, and and the comedy was funnier. Yeah, it was pretty.
Any
it was
good
pretty good. I
comedians?
was impressed. Yeah. I was impressed.
We should if you can let me know any names, they can come on the show and promote what they do.
Yeah.
Afterwards, if you saw anyone, that's great. How about the burlesque show? How was that? How'd that go?
Oh, it was great. Yeah.
That's all the details I
Beautiful
get.
women.
Beautiful. I just
One of them tassels fell off too.
that when this whole
No,
shit
she
stopped,
put her
right?
hand. She put her hand over it.
How fast did she get her hand over? Where you
Now,
didn't
I
even
think
get to
she
see
knew.
it?
I think she knew it fell off. So when she took off her top to finish, she instantly put her hand over her boob. So
That's still sexy, nonetheless.
they can get in trouble for that there.
So was that last night or the night before you went to Roxy Dukes?
No, that was Thursday.
Okay, so last night you wanted to go to the clubhouse, which we used to go drinking at back in the day in Somerville, New Jersey. So did you end up going there?
Yeah. We were down in Mannion's, the downstairs, and then we went to the clubhouse upstairs and had some drinks, both.
You live an exciting life, Stu. That's what I love.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I was in PA. My Mrs. S, she had some college friends out there that were having a birthday party for one of their 30th. So we went out there, played some laser tag, which I haven't played in easily 12 years.
You went to a laser tag arena?
Well, it's like this place that has golf and laser tag, mini golf. So you have to pay not a big deal, $8 for 15 minutes. But have you ever played it before, Stu? Laser tag? I seem to miss the concept of the game.
Yes, I have. But see, they got these laser parks now that are set up, and it's really confusing because they have not only can you shoot each other, but there's a thing that you have to get to. And
Like a flag.
no, it's like a
Base.
pod that you got to shoot at.
Right. They had
They're-
it too.
you got to shoot at their base. So it's really confusing at first what you're supposed to be doing, and it's really confusing whether you're shot or you got to recharge or it's not. I liked Photon way better.
Now, what's that?
We're talking
Neutrons?
early '90s.
Okay.
Late, I guess early '90s. It was laser tag's competitor, and it was a lot better. And they had Photon warehouses that you could go to and play too.
Okay, you're getting a little over my head with all the science stuff.
Photon had a helmet
Okay.
and a vest, and even the gun could get shot.
Okay, that's a little too much, man. Well, we had the vest, so when you get shot, you hear like you got hit, and then you have to wait maybe 3 seconds and go, and then you're back alive again. You respawn, as you will.
Okay.
But my technique for playing it is I try to I don't want to say I'm trying to be a sniper or I like to hide. 'Cause that's kind of cheating. But I was trying to hide in areas and wait, and then I was waiting a little bit, and since there's only 6 of us, and we're on a 2-level thing. I was like, no one's ever coming, so I'm all right, I'm gonna have to sneak around. I'm freaking acting like I'm against the wall and looking around, all scared. And I get shot sometime, and I'm like, all right, I gotta make sure I kill some people. And by the time the game's over, it's I scored so low because I'm so busy trying not to get shot.
Yeah.
Where you got to go full blazing, just guns blazing, like Predator style. I'm drunk. You ever seen Predator with the when the black guy lost his shit and he's chasing after him and he's running up the hill. He's like, I'm gonna have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some fun. Shaking off his stuff. That was basically what I was trying to be for the second round, and I ended up doing worse than I did in the first round.
I think they could redo it and make it a little more fun.
It was fun.
They copy each other too. All the laser tag arenas are exactly identical.
Yeah, I
almost.
give you that. Yeah, but the good thing about this one is
There's no other companies that do it. It's one company that makes the equipment. They have no competition.
I guess because I haven't played it in last time so long, so I don't remember what they looked like. But I remember last time I played was 20-something people, so I was running into people constantly. But since it was only 6 of us. Like it was like couples and stuff. So we just all play for a free for all. So after that, we went back and went some drinking to this bar that's actually like more like a VFW where you have to like kind of like pay a yearly fee, like $17 to get into. Check this out, Stu. Me and the wife went in there. I ordered ordered like 2 sets of wings, boneless wings, like 20 wings. Ordered a tall, like pint size rum and coke for the lady. You know when you go to bars, rum and cokes are in these little tiny glasses. It was like a pint glass of rum and coke. Got myself a pint size beer. All of that $14.
Nice.
So I was in love with this place, and the wings were like cooked. Like when you bit into the wing, it wasn't like hard. Like you know when sometimes the wings like they're in the
dry
batter
out.
too long. You know the batter too long, so they're kind of hard to bite into. Like they're really crispy.
Yeah.
Somehow they were able to pull them out the right time where it was like eating like tiny little pieces of fried chicken without any bones. I'm in love with this place. We gotta fucking move here. So, I mean, this might be the last show we do because we're gonna probably have to move to Pennsylvania for this show. It was fun, but you ever have to be like the D&D? So since we're driving the PA and had to go back, I had to be
The Dungeon Master?
yeah, I had to be Dungeon Master. I was like, "Thou shalt not pass." No, I had to be the designated driver.
Oh.
I had to stop drinking at a certain point.
D&D.
The DD.
Yeah, DD. Yeah. Can't be D&D.
Well, there are
I was
2
like-
Ds.
I was like, you had to be the Dungeon Master?
I had to be the Dungeons and Dragons.
You had to guide them
Pretty much is what
on
you have
their
to do.
adventure.
Their adventure back home. But I didn't have to drive everyone. I just had to drive Mrs. S home, and it was kind of like so she got to keep drinking, and I didn't. Do you ever have to be like the sober one? It's kind of it kind of sucks, doesn't it? Like you have to be the
yeah, it does.
not so much the responsible one, but you can't really get too crazy, and then they're all having fun, laughing at things that are not that really that funny sometimes. But all in all, it was really fun though because since we're drinking with all these, since they're all like new mothers and stuff, it's kind of like hey, instead of just getting crazy or like they're just getting drunk and puking all over the place, it's not like that anymore. Now it's just they get drunk, talk about their children, their family, stuff like that. So sorry, it's not that exciting out there, but that's the road you guys are looking for when you get older.
You can come hang out with me.
You don't have to worry around that. If you still want to go out and be drinking and puking everywhere, Stu's right there for you. But us married people, we have to take it down a notch, be a little more responsible. And plus, maybe because I didn't drink so much, I was a little down. I was a little down because I lost a couple of people celebrities that I really looked up to. Did you hear about that, Stu?
No.
All right, so Monday night, I happened to be at work. We'll toast them because it's a really tragic thing. I want to toast these 2 people. So Monday, right? I was at work and I was thinking to myself, like, hey, we're losing all these people. Maybe this one person that I noticed that hasn't passed away yet is still alive. If you ever watch the show Punky Brewster, the dad, you remember that show, Stu? The dad?
Yeah, I don't
Henry.
remember the dad.
Oh, you ever seen Police
I
Academy,
know.
right?
I only remember them socks.
The socks.
Yeah, Punky Brewster had like rainbow socks.
Okay, she did. Basically, this was a show about. If you haven't seen this show, Punky Brewster was a
Nobody's
orphan.
seen Punky Brewster.
Well, I'm telling them, it's an orphan girl.
if all I can remember is socks, then I don't know how.
Well,
nobody else is gonna know.
Well, we're talking about the '80s, so the '80s are a very forgettable decade at the same time because we had our share of fun in the '80s, if you recall.
Well, I had my share of fun in the '90s that erased the '80s.
Well, Punky Brewster was a little girl that some old, I guess, I would say he's like an English guy. He found her at the mall and adopts her. That was a trend at the time, adopting orphans. Like you had Different Strokes, you had Webster, and then it was like, oh, we got black kids now. Let's adopt white little girls now. So we had Punky Brewster, and the dad. I found out he was 98 years old, and I was like, holy shit, he's 98. He's gonna be 100 years old next year because his birthday was coming up. So I'm like, that's pretty cool. And then as soon as I said that, found out on IMDb a couple days later that he passed away. And I was like, God damn, did I kill this man? Like just thinking about him, just realizing he's not dead.
That's what he would. No, he was holding out.
And then when
He was like, all I need is just one good person to think about me, and I can leave this world.
I'm scared of it, like because when I think about people, they end up passing away. I think like I did the same thing with Lemmy. Like, I'm like, holy shit, the guy's 70 years old and he passed away. But then this guy, if you ever seen his work, he was in Police Academy. You remember Police Academy?
Yeah.
The 8 fucking movies they did.
Yeah.
And he was Kamnat Lassard, the old guy that had the goldfish, and he was always golfing and hitting golf balls and doing it.
Okay.
So you remember him then?
Yeah.
All right. So Punky Brewster was my shit. I actually watched the cartoon a lot more. And what was cool about the cartoon is they got all the same characters from the movie. I mean the TV show to do the voice for the cartoon. Do you ever watch that cartoon on?
No, I can't say I have.
That's the benefits of you having an older brother, Stu. Because if I had an older brother, he'd be beating the shit out of me watching Punky Brewster and fucking Jem and Rainbow Bright. I watched that shit. I don't because I had nothing else to do. I had no one else to tell me to stop watching that.
Jem was actually on after some really good cartoon.
And you would watch
remember. I'll end up watching Jem because I didn't change the channel and I was hoping something better would come on. But it was like right after one of the good cartoons.
It's because she was truly outrageous.
Yeah.
Truly outrageous. So we're mourning that person. No big deal, I guess, because he was almost 100, but he would have made it. The only person I'm kind of sad about that passed away is Denise Matthews, who was also known as Vanity. You remember Vanity? She used to sing for... she was discovered by Prince. She sang really nasty songs like Nasty Girl and stuff in the 80s. But you guys might remember her. Well, the best thing to remember her by is she was in a movie called Action Jackson. And you remember that show with that movie with Carl Weathers?
I remember
Apollo
the
Creed.
name and like maybe like the preview, but I don't think I ever really saw it.
So this is a movie where Carl Weathers was trying to capitalize off of the like action hero stuff, like, you know, that Schwarzenegger was doing and thing like that. I mean, he was Apollo Creed, but I honestly, Rocky was a drama. You know, so he's like, let me do this like completely far-fetched, like, you know, action movie where I'm Action Jackson, where I'm the toughest cop around. I don't listen to my, you know how the cliche goes. They don't listen to their sergeant, whatever like that, and they're getting yelled at, and they're just beating up like people like that. So Vanity plays this like hooker prostitute that he discovers later in the movie. So I decided to watch a couple clips of it for the show, and one of the things that make the movie kind of ridiculous is the scene where he's kind of talking to some lady who's played by Sharon Stone, actually, and this guy in a cab tries to run Action Jackson off the road, and he's like, hold on, I gotta catch a cab. Chases the cab down and is running. The cab is like easily doing like 60 or 70 miles an hour, and he's running on the side of it, like chasing after this cab. And he jumps on the cab, and then whatever, like he ends up riding on the cab, like on top of it. You know, it's ridiculous 80s stuff. And then somehow he's trying to play chicken with the cab at the end, and he's like, come on, get me, don't shoot me, get me. So the cab driver's like, all right, I'm going to kill him. So he drives at Action Jackson, and he does like a somersault over the cab. And then, you know, in the 80s when cars would crash into like something, they would end up flipping over, something like that. But I'm getting a little sidetracked. Vanity was the girl, the prostitute in the movie, and the one.
It's not that great of a movie.
It's not, but you should.
I don't know. I if I never saw it, it can't be that great.
I never actually seen a person drive a Ferrari up some stairs of a mansion before to find the killer.
Right,
so
it's
not good, but it's a lot of bad lines.
That's a bad thing. Driving a Ferrari into a mansion.
Just watch this shit. It looks ridiculous. It's more ridiculous than it sounds. And you know, when you kill someone, you have to say something badass. Like when they went about to roast him alive, he's like, you know, we're gonna have barbecue. But then when he got the upper hand, he had like a grenade launcher, and he's like, you know, before he killed the guy that was gonna kill him, he's like, you know, you said we're gonna have barbecue, right? Well, how do you like your ribs? Blows him up. And it's like, all right, well, you could have thought of a better thing to say than that, but fine. So Vanity passed away. I think she had some kind of liver cancer or liver failure, actually, because she did a lot of drugs in the 80s, and it eventually caught up with her. And so I think what we should do before we get on with the show is have a little toast to the two of them. Obviously, Stu did not give a rat's ass about them, but, you know, they were somewhere in my heart, you know, so little John.
I just like them socks.
Little Punky Brewster's still alive.
Punky Brewster socks.
And she's still gorgeous, too. She had to make her boobs smaller, but yeah, what can you do? Well, we always got Mrs. Garrett, at least. She's still alive. Did I just kill her now? Did I just kill Mrs. Garrett? from
Maybe.
The Facts of Life. Well, Betty White's
Thought
not gonna
about
die.
her.
Yeah, Betty White's not going to die for some reason. But that's fine. Let's get into the one of the things I want to talk about is we had a bet last week about the Grammys because the Grammys were last Monday.
Yeah.
Let's see who won the bet. Now we had 7
I
categories.
don't even remember what I picked, so you could totally cheat.
No, I'll be fair. We had 7 categories that we went through, so I didn't want to do all of them because we've been here all night. So I picked some winners. Stu picked them who we thought would win. And this is how it turned out. Let's start with the rock thing. So, for best rock album, we had, Stu picked Death Cab for Cuties, Kanzugi, and I picked Highly Suspect, Mr. Asylum. And the winner of that was Muse with their album Drone, which we all thought was not that good.
Wow.
So I think the only reason they won is it was like a gimme. Even my wife, who's like a big Muse fan, said it wasn't that good and didn't know why they were nominated and didn't know why they won. But what can you do? So
They owed him a Grammy.
yeah. So
All right, we'll owe you a Grammy.
we are 0 for 0 for right now. Best metal performance. I picked Lamb of God 512, sorry, and Stu picked Slipknot Cluster. And the winner was Ghost, was Cerise, the name of the song.
Another
They're
Zero.
They're kind of another Zero, another pop up and coming like metal band. So lost that one. No, we didn't. We both kind of tied for 0. Best rap album. Where is that? Here it is. Stu picked Dr. Dre's Compton, and I picked Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly, and I won. That's the one that actually won.
Damn you.
Let you guys know, Kendrick Lamar swept the whole rap category. He won, I think, 5 awards that night and had a really great performance, which I guess you didn't watch it at all.
Wait, you never said who's funding this breakfast.
Whoever loses.
Oh, I thought it was funded by
By
the
people-
by the podcast.
Yeah, I got, okay, fine. Well, you guys at home can pay for whoever wins this breakfast. I was having a fun bet with you. Now, that was 3, and we got 4 more. So, best new artist.
Maybe I'll make a comeback.
I picked Courtney Barnett, and Stu picked Megan Trainor, and the winner for that was Megan Trainor. So, Stu got that one.
Yeah, comeback.
All right, Song of the Year, which, by the way, we have Song of the Year, Record of the Year. I found out what the difference was. Song of the Year is given to the person that wrote the song, but Record of the Year is given to the person that wrote, produced, the writer, the producers, the engineers, all those people get the Record of the Year. Anyway, Song of the Year, Stu picked Blank Space by Taylor Swift, and I picked See You Again by Wiz Khalifa. And the winner of that was Ed Sheeran with his song Thinking Out Loud. So no one won that one. So we're still tied 1-1.
Come on, Taylor.
Where are we going? Record of the Year. Stu picked Mark Ronson's Uptown Funk. I picked The Weeknd, Can't Feel My Face.
Gonna give it to you.
The winner of that was Stu with
Yeah.
Uptown Funk. So Stu pulls ahead 2-1.
Oh.
And now for the Coupe de Grace, the big album, the big thing, the album of the year. I picked To Pimp a Butterfly because that album's great. I call it the masterpiece. For some weird reason, Stu thinks that Taylor Swift's album 1989 is the album of the year. I didn't know you were a big fan of hers, but turns out you were right, and she won. So that makes 3-1. You won. You won the bet. So when we go to Atlantic City, that's the winner for breakfast. I will find a nice McDonald's to treat you to a lovely breakfast. But you cannot supersize because that's not. They don't do that anymore.
I need more than one of them little breakfast sandwiches.
No, I'm kidding. I'll treat you. I don't go crazy with some goddamn buffet or whatever like that. But if we do a buffet when we go out there in April, that's fine. If not, then whatever. But I'm a man of my word. I own up to the bet.
Buffet breakfast, Atlantic City.
But to be fair, you picked like the popular ones. It's not like you thought about it.
Hey, I thought about it. I
You
thought
just-
who would win.
You didn't pick what you thought did the best album. You
I did not.
Yeah, you just went with the majority rules. Like Megan Trainor is the most popular like new artist of the category.
I know.
That's why you picked.
I
her.
know group think. I know how they think as one functioning thing.
Now I can't really say that the Taylor Swift's album is better than because I haven't really listened to it. I can't say that Kendrick Lamar's album is better, but I can almost guarantee that her record is one because it's the most popular album. Would you say that it's the only reason it won? It's not like it's actually better than everything else. It's just like
which album? Sorry, I got corn nuts.
the
in my
Taylor
mouth.
Swift album. Yeah, I don't agree with it's the best album. But I haven't heard
Oh
it.
no, it sucks.
But
It just won me breakfast. So I like
I
it.
should have picked first for that. I thought that would win, but I wanted to pick. You picked like the. I went with the what you call it, the underdogs, and that didn't work out for me. But whatever, it's fine. So, other highlights for the Grammys? Did you actually know anything about the Grammys at all that happened last
No.
week? All right, so Kendrick Lamar had his performance with the song "All Right" / he did the song "The Blacker the Berry" as well. Came out in chains, everything like that, like shackles, and it fucking scared every white person for miles in that fucking place. Like they know what Kendrick Lamar is, and it was like they were when people stand for like the performances, and he did like this like off the top like freestyle at the end. And it was just like really like lights intense. It was really like Afrocentric, and they looked like just scared to death of this whole thing. But I thought it's a great performance that everyone's been talking about. I'm surprised you didn't know about it. But you guys, if you're listening, I hope you are listening. But you can let us know what you guys think about the performance in our emails or like that, or any Grammy talk. That was probably one of my favorite things about it. The Grammys actually were not that bad this year. The only thing I hate about the Grammys is I want to see what awards, and we're wasting time with like performances and like bullshit banter and things like that. I just want to know who won what, especially when there's a lot of performances I don't want to really see. The Weeknd, I think, won some awards too. I remember we reviewed that album last year, and that was like probably one of your most favorite R&B albums of the year, if considering a person that doesn't like R&B at all.
Which one was that?
The Weeknd's new album.
Uh-uh.
But did you happen to see did you happen to hear? You didn't hear it, but in the news actually, at the end when Taylor Swift got her award, she said a lot of people will try to like say that they bring you down. They're trying to bring you down and say that
she's
you're not
talking
famous.
about Kanye.
Yeah, you saw that.
Yeah.
In the news. But do you know? I didn't. I'm not sure. I was at first. I'm like, they're not. That could be anybody.
Nope.
But
She
then
was literally. It happened right when, she was directing at Kanye.
Well, there's a reason why. Because when you listen to Kanye's new album, which hopefully we'll get for next week,
He put. I made this bitch famous.
Yeah, on that song, Famous. So it's like she must have heard it because they're both on Tidal. So that's why she probably had to snap back like that or clap back on that shit. What do you think about that? It's fucking crazy. There's like some kind of like the whole confrontation between Taylor Swift and Kanye that happened back in 2009 in the MTV Music Awards is happening again like 7 years later. Which I think she's taking it a little too far. Obviously, that was like a rhyme. It's not like something serious. Like he really believes that, or maybe he might because he's getting a little fucking crazy nowadays.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. What do you think about it, Stu?
I think he's broke, and he's asking for money from what's that? Facebook dude.
Oh, Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's asking him for money. He's asking all kinds of people to donate money to him because he's broke.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well,
And he writes songs about gold digging,
well, that was long ago.
and he's broke.
Well, he's actually he's gold digging. You think he's gold digging?
He's
Mark
gold digging,
Zuckerberg?
yeah.
Well, I think if he's actually broke, if you want to rent out Madison Square Garden to do like your little like a CD release party, that's not cheap. So maybe some of that money was not a good idea to invest in Madison Square Garden. So that could be a start to look into that.
Maybe.
But I'm just saying, like with the whole like Taylor Swift thing, I don't know. Like if you think that's like a big deal, like that do you think it's going to escalate to something, or do you think it's all publicity?
I think that's about as far as it's going to go. Taylor Swift just plugged the hole with her whole well-worded speech there.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, I see what you're saying. That's true. Could be. Speaking of Kanye,
Because now
West-
they got
Go on.
bad blood.
You do like Taylor Swift, you liar. That's why you picked her. You're a big fan. You're one of the Swifties. You're keeping under wraps. That's fine.
Used to be mad love.
I'm not one to judge, Stu. If you like Taylor Swift, that's all good. You know. Little John likes Taylor Swift too, right, Little John? Okay, great. All right, fine. I had to cut him off there. He kind of goes along with that sometimes.
Oh, you could shut that off?
Yeah, I could shut him off.
I didn't know you could stop the sample
I can
once
tell him to
once
stop.
you triggered it.
You don't have to tell him in a sample. It's actually here, damn it.
I mean, tell Little John to shut up.
All right, let's get into some music news now.
I wish he'd speak up more often, though, actually.
I bet you do, you lush. All right, it's time for music news, and since we've been talking about Kanye, the top story here is Kanye West called Taylor Swift out on SNL in a leaked rant. I got this from the RollingStone.com, and it says here, Kanye West seems to have had a bit of a meltdown while backstage on NBC's Saturday Night Live over the weekend. According to page 6...
Wait, who was it? Who
Kanye-
had the meltdown?
Kanye West.
Ah.
According to page 6, he threatened to walk off the show, and on Wednesday, page 6 posted audio apparently recorded at that time. And he says, "Look at this shit. They took my fucking stage off of SNL, huh? Without asking me. Now I'm bummed. That and Taylor Swift fake ass." And because White West is heard saying on his song "Famous" from The Life of Pablo, it contains lyrics saying, "That bitch, I made that bitch famous." And Taylor Swift claims on the Grammy acceptance speech that's all a lie. So while it's not clear from the tape who is being addressed, page 6 reports that he was going off on this production staff. On the production staff at SNL, a source connected to Kanye West denies that West yelled at SNL staff. The audio was secretly recorded while he was venting his frustrations in a private moment with his team, the source tells Rolling Stone. He found out the stage design was changed and taken apart under the direction of the show's lighting director without anyone's approval. I'm trying to assume that's what they sound like. In the audio tape, he also appears referenced walking out on stage in the audio obtained. "Now I ain't gonna do this, hey? We're breaking this motherfucking internet. I went through 6 years of this fucking shit. Let's get it, bro." I can do a better Kanye. I gotta get into the zone. But West's infamous ego then seemed to take over during his tirade. "Aren't they fucking crazy, bro? By 50%, Stanley Kubrick, Apostle Paul, Picasso, fucking Picasso, and Escobar. By 50% more influential than any other human being. Don't fuck with me." He continued saying, "By 50%, dead or alive. By 50% for the next 1,000 years. Stanley Kubrick, yeah." It actually says that. It actually says.
Yeah, I heard the quote, actually. Yeah, I did hear that.
You heard this thing? Okay.
Yes.
So the source says that West's frustrations were justified. "He spent an entire day rehearsing and a lot of hard work into the performance. Dramatic set changes were made 30 minutes before going live. It should have been understandable why he was so upset after being completely blindsided." His recent tweets also seemed to indicate he was trying to be more humble. Oh man, he talks a lot. "Man, I was thinking about when I commented on the idea of taking the rap throne." Then he says he wrote in a series of tweets on Wednesday, which were posted prior to the page 6 story being published. He said his former substance was a dated mentality and acknowledged that every rapper has somebody favorite and that everybody has something they do best. And then he says, "My number one enemy has been my ego. There is only one throne, and that's God." I don't know if he's talking about himself or not, but it's kind of funny that his performance on SNL was really pretentious. If you actually saw it, Snarky Mark's a big fan of SNL, like myself, but they had like the lights going in the background and the samples before he brought everybody out. It was a really horrible performance, but it's maybe he's kind of worried about how this album sounds. But what do you think, Stu, about this whole thing that's going on with Kanye?
I don't know. I know if you take a Summer's Eve douche and put it to your ear, he'll hear a Conway West song. Definitely.
I'm the baddie.
Yep.
That's what he'll say.
Summer's Eve, right to the ear.
Open this for me, please.
Open it. What, you got no
I got
hand
sweaty
strength?
hands. My hands are sweaty. My hands sweaty, dog. I think what I kind of feel about the Kanye thing is, obviously he's a genius, musically.
What?
But at this point now, his head is so far up his ass. It's kind of scary, you know, with the whole marrying Kim and thinking and these. The thing about these rants is that I feel like they're kind of like a publicity stunts, because you know he's known to do things like that, right?
He wants to be wiling out.
I like how you quote it, "wiling out." I think is that what you guys are saying nowadays? No, it's like he's kind of like he was backstage on SNL spoofing that when LeBron James hosted. And this is like back in like 2008, and now he's still doing this. Like seriously, like complaining back there. Like, why would you like try to like what's the word I'm looking for? When you kind of like do what you're. What's the word when you kind of like when the
Dolt?
No, it's like when something copies like what you actually do when you copy your
Mimic?
Mimicry. Yeah. I don't know. I can't think of it right now.
That's the word for copying.
Yeah, but it's
Mimicry.
like kind of like when art imitates life. Right, that's the one I'm looking for. But life imitating his art, because basically that was a whole performance. Him pretending to like be. It was a sketch on SNL when he's like mad about, and he keeps like crashing all these different like award shows or like pumping carbon contests. And he's like, "Oh, this is Kanye West backstage at SNL," and he's like backstage, like, "This is not fair. Give Black Man a chance. Let him kind of host show, huh?" And now, like, we fast forward to now, and he's doing the exact same thing, but seriously. So I'm thinking, like, this is all publicity stunt. I don't know. Like, what do you think, Stu?
I really don't have an opinion on it.
I'm actually afraid when we actually hopefully get this Kanye album to review next week, you're gonna have a bias.
I don't want to listen to it. I seriously don't want to listen to it.
That's why I'm worried. You have a biased opinion about Kanye.
He's a douche.
But yeah, it's fine. But his music might be good, right? You can't be against him because his music. He's a genius musically, right? Do you feel that way? He's a genius musically. Maybe.
No. I don't. I don't like his music.
You haven't heard the right album. That's why.
Maybe a savant.
Okay, he's an idiot savant.
Yes.
Okay.
Complete friggin' idiot douche. And if he's got any talent, it's because of some rare, I don't know, skill he has. But
All right.
mostly an idiot.
All right, I'll let you get that then. But if you guys actually want to give your opinion about this album, give an opinion about this news topic right here. Let us know when you email us in our comment sections as well. Let us put a comment below or email us what you think about the Kanye story I just mentioned right now. Well, we're making some good time right now. It's only 40 minutes in, Stu. Can you make it to the actual point of the show now, maybe?
Yeah. Well, here, go.
You ready?
Wait, no, I need a drink.
Okay. All right, so now it's time for the album review of the show. I think we're right at the level now to give our real opinions on these albums that are coming out. So I think what we're gonna start with, or came out already. Let's start with the Wiz Khalifa album. You alright with that, Stu?
I'm all right with anything right now.
All right, let's. Great, now you're ready. You're ready to go. All right, so Marijuana Enthusiasts Wiz Khalifa has just released his 6th album, and after he dropped his first 2 albums, he signed on to Atlantic Records and released his first successful record, Rolling Papers, which features the song Black and Yellow, which is when I actually started finally hearing about him because I was kind of like out of the rap game towards that time. I thought it was all like this bland bullshit, especially the mainstream stuff, and I've heard that song. I'm like, all right, I know this song. And not to mention, he did a stoner movie with Snoop Dogg, the movie Mac and Devin Go to High School, which I know you saw before, Stu. That song, on the soundtrack, they have a song called Young, Wild, and Free. You remember that movie, Stu? It was not
No.
bad. I guess you were actually
Nope.
too wasted to remember.
Oh, I saw it with you.
I wasn't there. He said you were telling me to see the movie, and I'm like, all right, I'll
What
check it out.
movie?
Mac and why you make me repeat things all night?
What movie was?
Mac and Devin Go to High School. It was Snoop Dogg and Wiz
Oh
Khalifa.
yeah. Okay,
Oh,
I
yeah.
did see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Okay,
good.
great.
It was a good pothead movie.
Yeah, you like it.
Now
So that
I
was
remember.
that was the guy we're reviewing today. And his last album, Black Hollywood, was released on 2014. Now I found the album was like extremely meh. Did you hear the album?
Man?
Did you hear the album Black Hollywood? What did you think of that? If you heard it,
No,
The last
never,
one.
I
You
never
ever-
heard it. No,
Okay.
No.
that's fine. I thought it was. You're not missing much. It's no big deal.
You think I would have heard that? Honestly?
I don't know.
All right, bad question.
Yeah, true. Now, being that Wiz Khalifa has spent $10,000 a month on weed, smokes every day, and has his own strain of weed called Khalifa Kush, it's safe to say that the subject matter on this album will be all about politics. Just kidding. You know it's going to be all about weed and shit like that.
It was hardly about weed.
Now,
Wasn't that much weed stuff in there.
this is where I think
More
you didn't
money stuff.
This is where I don't think you listen to the album.
All right.
This is where I think you're lying.
Talks
Now-
about money way more.
Some artists make albums that require drugs to enjoy. Like you got Skrillex when they do an album, it would be nice to drop some Molly to. When Fish puts out an album, it'd be good to drop some LSD. When Miles Davis puts out an album,
You got to listen to those albums like 10 times in a row, though, because you're going to be going for a while.
maybe. So when Miles Davis drops an
Album's
album,
only an hour long. Molly lasts for like 8 hours.
well, put them on in continuous flow. So Miles Davis puts out an album, you need to shoot some heroin up, you know. So I wanted to listen to this album sober and under influence at the same time, which I didn't get a chance to do. Did you, Stu?
Yeah, I was. Well, no, I wasn't sober.
Great. So this is where I think we're gonna get two opinions on this. So I listened to the album sober. Stu listened to this album baked, which I think is where the album should go. But we'll see without that how it goes. So the first song is called BTS, which has like a West Coast beat, and which is weird because he's from Pennsylvania, and he's doing like that West Coast stuff.
Does he
That's
know
fine.
that was like a gang of club kids?
What does BTS stand for?
BTS?
I feel bad asking, but I just
Beat
wanna-
the system.
Thank you. At least you know something. I didn't even know that. I'm like, he's gonna actually say it in the song, but I didn't really.
Yeah, but
Know some
it was a club. It was like a club kids, fucking gang crew.
But was that in the lyrics? You think?
No,
Yeah,
no,
well-
no. They just took that BTS means something completely different in there. It doesn't mean beat the system,
Yeah.
but that was yeah.
Okay. Well, one of the things I noticed, he was doing like his metaphors, similes, like he always does on the other albums, and it was kind of like it was good to a degree. But the next song called "Celebrate" was more like when it starts getting more about like weed and shit like that. Because he's like the first thing he says in that song is like "smoke weed every day." And the song begins.
That movie Party Monster.
We're not talking about that. Let's
That
talk
was
about that.
BTS.
Okay.
That was the BTS.
Oh, okay.
Those two guys, they were in the BTS, that Party Monster movie.
Okay,
Alright.
with the
Now you know what the BTS
Yeah.
is.
okay. So the next song is called "Celebrate," and it's like the weed talk that we're talking about, and it's like dedicated to, like smoking and ball and shit like that. So I think that's where you're talking about, Stu. Like he's talking about money and shit like that. But when you listen to that particular song, he's talking about like smoke weed every day, everything like that. So that's where you get it. But I like the whole R&B vibe and like the piano like kind of like interludes that were going on certain songs like when it started out. But then I noticed in his rhymes, like especially with the song like Elevated, like it kind of came off like he's kind of like rambling a bit, like in his verses, almost like he's like just like rhyming off the dome, which is not too easy if you spend like if your head is like full of like weed smoke and bong residue. But like I said, the piano is nice, but now it's like you really get to really listen to what he's saying. It's just like, then I go to do this, then I go to do that, and then I smoke some weed, and then I go get a hat, and it's like you're not really saying anything, and it's and then like the track but once he gets to the song Cowboy, is like kind of when his like cadences gets a little more like where he's like kind of like dropping bars like at a little more rapid rate. Like you can definitely in the song Cowboy bounce your shoulders and like bump that shit in the whip. That song was kind of good. Now let's get to the song which is called Bake Sale, which is like the hit song on the radio and thing like that, which features Travis Scott. Now the problem I have with the songs too, if you want to jump in with that, is it was a little too trappy for me, and at the same time the hook with Travis Scott on it sounded a lot like the song Antidote that he has on the radio right now. But
I didn't pick up on any of that.
Okay, what did you think of that, man? Because I thought it was the song was kind of like it sounded like another song you already done, and at the same time I was like, all right, what you keep saying over and over again it gets stuck in my head for like an hour.
The only song I liked and I think should have been the single was I think it was the last track on there.
The last track, okay, it was I Say with
yes,
J.
Okay. That was the only one that I didn't like any of it, but if anything should have been big, the last track.
Did you notice the piano on that song sounded
yes.
kind of like like he's rapping over someone's piano recital?
It sounded like a piano recital.
Yeah, it sounded like he was there, and some kid was like up on stage like playing the piano. And he's like, "I'm gonna spit some bars right here. I like some weed, yo," and he's just singing about that. Like, but the melody was good. But yeah, another song I liked beside that song was a song called "Call Waiting," which had like an old school Motown feel to it, and the blues guitar. And he's like, instead of he's rapping, he's actually trying to sing. And Wiz Khalifa doesn't have a great singing voice, but at least it's something different than what he always does. It's like he's basically trying to get his Drake on. Like, he's actually doing a singy R&B song. Did you notice that songs too?
No.
All right.
Because I thought most of it sucked.
Well, what about the song? There's a point in the album where a song called Joni, at the end of the song, he brings his like son on. It's like
I heard that. Yeah.
I like, what was the point of that? Like, he'll say this. And then he'll like say you love your mama. I love your mama.
Do daddy's laugh.
Do daddy's laugh. And he like smoke this joint. It's like why are you here? Like, what is the point of that? And then the song No Permission has like a jazz horn to it that does not even fit whatsoever with the song. It's like two instrumentals put together at the same time. So I thought that was a bad track too. So this is where my closing argument with the whole Wiz Khalifa album is going to be. Now keep in mind, me and Stu reviewed the Redman album last year, which is like kind of like an appetizer to his album that's coming out this year, like a sampler, which if you want to say, for the Muddy Waters too. So I feel like this album is a sampler at the same time to the album coming out next year, which is called Rolling Papers 2, the Weed album, which at this point now it's like he didn't have to actually say it's a weed album. We get it. So I was saying with this album, it's his 6th album in, he's got to really step up his rhyming game a little bit. It seems like he has the basic flow of like a big teenager. And also, I'm kind of sick of that Lil Wayne, let's spark a joint before each song tactic that he does. Like, we get it. You smoke weed. We get it. You don't have to, like, smoke before a song begins every single track. Like, when you go, like, 4 tracks in, it's like every song starts with, like, the lighter. Yeah, light. Yeah, it's like, all right, we get it, dude. We get it. Other than that, other than that, the beats were decent. And I wasn't bored. So I'm expecting him to do a lot better on that Rolling Papers 2 album when it comes out. So I say this album you can basically download. Don't pay for it. Stu, go ahead.
Fuck it. Banish it. Flush it down the toilet.
Now, as an avid fan of marijuana, why did you hate this album so much?
And it just sucked.
Which is the opposite effect of what he wanted, because you said you went into this album.
Oh, he wanted it not to suck?
Yeah, like you had your head in the clouds, so to speak. You went into the album and it did the opposite effect of you. Like when I basically went to see the movie "Do Where's My Car" High, and I hated it. So, why did you hate it?
No, I don't think it had anything to do with my state of mind. I would have hated it.
Really? Okay.
No matter what.
Well, okay. Why did you hate it so much?
I don't know. I've heard it a million times. It's like that angry attitude of I'm the best. Look at all my money.
He's not angry whatsoever. He's high. He's just talking about you can do what you want, kids. I'm very motivational. Just get high and you can get what you want. You can do this, you can do that. And then the next song, smoke some weed, get high. I didn't get high. You should get high too.
I don't know.
Next
It was just corny. I didn't like it.
Okay, it's corny.
I don't have that much backing. I didn't take notes of why I hate it so much because I just
You
kept
hated it so much. You didn't want to even write on why. I get it. Well, what did you guys think? If you heard the album, you can tell us in the comment section. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? We love to know what you think. That was fun.
At least you gave it a low rating.
It's because
You said download it.
Yeah, I'm
so.
saying I'm on the fence with it because basically it's people would if you're a fan of Wiz Khalifa, I don't know why you would you deserve better than this. That's why I'm saying if you don't like Wiz Khalifa, you're not gonna like this. But what did you think? What did you think, Little John?
Every booty.
The ice cubes are really bothering me. All right.
Well, I didn't mean for an ice cube to get into your shot
I
glass.
almost choked. I almost died. I had to hope
Well,
it melted.
that's why you
before
need a shaker. We don't have a shaker here.
Yeah, I almost choked to death, but I had to wait till it melted. But thank God for that. Thank God that the temperature in this room is warm. You can hear this. You can hear. I like that. I like the sound. I like that. Hear that tingle? That tingle, tingle, tingle. That means we're having a good time. We're having a good show. Let's move on to the next review for tonight. Future's album, Evil, which is love spelled backwards. Did you know that?
Oh no, I didn't.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
No.
Mine
I didn't pick up
exploded.
on that.
He's an
Oh my god.
Atlanta rapper. His career has blown up over the past year with the success of his previous album, Dirty Sprite 2. Also helps that we're deep in the muck of the trap music trend. You got T.I., Meek Mill, Fetty Wap, as well as certain tracks from Beyonce and Kanye. And Future has dropped many mixtapes over the years, including What a Time to Be Alive, which is a collaboration album he did with Drake. He's also known to use auto-tunes relentlessly in his vocals in order to make his voice sound grittier.
I love my auto-tune.
You got it. So everything about this guy's music I hate. Like the auto-tunes as Stu demonstrated right there is my biggest problem. And the other thing I hate is trap music is like the same loud, bouncy beats with a lot of hi-hats and no lyrical talent whatsoever.
I like vocoders better than auto-tune.
Okay.
Then it sound like robot.
That would kind of be better with what he does, but
I am a robot.
I'm talking like a robot. I'm a robot. So since pretty much every song in this sounds the same, and I have the same issue with every song, I'll put it like this. It's true. Most of the beats go hard, but the repetitiveness of each song causes each track to get old real quick. Added the fact that Future rambles lyrics about Xanax, bitches, and eating filet mignon.
Oh, you want to join the Zanny family?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's utter garbage to me.
It made me want to eat a Zanny, though. I was like, who
all-
got the Xannies?
all someone
I
has
need
to-
one now.
All someone has to do is say the word and you're down with it. I just want.
You say the word over and over again across 5 minutes, and then you're like, ugh.
I just
Maybe
want.
I do want a Xanax.
I just want one introspective song from him. Just one. Is that asking for too much in his career? Just one song that's like something I can really think about. But I will say the song the Low Life features The Weeknd. That's his one like a feature on the whole album, and it's like nice to hear like a different voice in the whole album. But the only problem is it's he's only on for the hook. And it's not much improvement on the song. It's almost like The Weeknd's talents is basically wasted on the track. So, I know I'm breezing through this quick, but I don't really have much to say about this. But I think the song,
Good.
I think the final song, which is called "Fly Shit Only," is like a bit of an inaccurate title. But the addition of the lead guitar samples and the prog rock keyboards made it for a slightly enjoyable 3.5 minutes.
Fly shit must be some gross stuff because they eat poop.
No, I don't think that mean like it's like like
Because if a fly eats poop, I mean, the poop coming out of a fly, it must be a lot grosser than. Because, I mean, it's eating poop, so it has to come out poopier.
Do you think the fly eats his own poop? I know we're getting sidetracked out there. But
I
we
don't
should
think
ask.
flies touch their own poop.
Why? They don't. They have standards.
Hey, I'm telling you, oh, that's fly poop.
I think what he means in the song is like this. Like when you say "fly" isn't good or awesome, he's saying this is a fly song, and it's only reserved for. I didn't think of that. Of course, you would think of that, Stu. But this actual song sounds like kind of like what Kid Cudi should have done on his last album, but it's not as clueless or pretentious dog shit like that. Now, this is his 4th studio album from Future, and it's dull, lazy, unimaginative, and completely unnecessary since Dirty Sprite 2 came out in last July, and the album talked about earlier, What a Time to Be Alive, came out in September. Like, how often does one have to release stagnant music? But since I don't understand trap music or the appeal of it whatsoever, and each song...
I like trap.
Each song on here gave me 20 minutes of pleasure.
I didn't consider any of that trap.
I know what you think about trap, but everybody, like this guy himself thinks he's
It's got to
trap.
have that dub feel.
This guy thinks he's a trap artist. When you go on Wikipedia, they think he's a trap artist. The whole planet thinks he's a trap artist. But you don't.
dub feel.
Okay, you obviously don't know what you're talking about.
No,
That's
I
fine.
do. Trap is a percentage of dub.
But
If you look up the definition, it says that there should be dub in there.
yeah, but there's 2 kinds of
Jamaican
traps now.
man.
It's not
That's
that
trap.
anymore. It's not that anymore.
You can't change something and make it that anymore.
That's what they did. Trap was this before, and now what you're talking about is what happened later. So, like I said, since I enjoyed a little bit of the album,
So what's hip hop then?
can I rate it?
This isn't hip hop?
Can I rate this, please?
All right.
Okay. So, I'm going to say this is like an ass hair above a fuck this. And I'm going to give this a skip this.
Oh, I forgot about skip this.
So, Stu, knowing that you don't think this is trap music, so obviously
This
that
is
means you
fly
like it.
shit. They ate shit. They ate shit and shit it out. And
should-
it's that shit.
We should rate that. That should be a new rating. Fly shit.
Fly shit. It's worse than shit. It's the shit that comes from shit.
What the? All right, so we gotta get the fly shit sound effect. But you're saying this is lower than a fuck this? Is fly shit worse than fuck this?
No, go with fuck this.
Wow, man, you're harsh tonight, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, I didn't like any of it. And Mark Eden said over the phone, he was like, you know what? Those 3 albums can suck a dick. No, he didn't say that.
But what do you think of
I'm
this album?
trying to quote him now.
If you heard this album, let us know what you think in the comments. Did you like this album? Did you hate it? Is it actually the shit that comes out
What
of
did
Fly?
what did he say exactly on the phone?
Let me finish my thing. Let us know what you think in the comments or send us an email. We love to know what your opinions are. They are great for this show. So, Mark just said he thinks all 3 albums are a skip this.
Okay.
He didn't say lower than that. I gotta tell him he said his album is fly shit. This album is literally fly shit. That's kind of funny. You're onto something, Stu. That's great.
It's as good as a tick turd.
To be honest, we are breathing through this show real quick. We didn't really have a lot of great records to review tonight.
It's not our fault. It's the music industry.
Yes. But this kind of helps a bit. This makes it more worth it. So our last album of tonight, Madrid Jordan, with their self-titled album. This is their debut album. And they're a Canadian duo which consists of Madrid Al Masca and Jordan Ullman. They are signed to Drake's label Ovo Sound, and they were actually featured on his last album, which is called Nothing Was the Same. And their music has been categorized as hipster R&B or PB R&B. So
Peanut butter?
So without further ado, being that you are an R&B hater, let's just get out the way right now. What was your problem with this album?
Overall, it was whiny.
I agree with that on certain songs, but go on.
Other than whiny, I can't say anything about their lyrics.
Right.
I mean, they did skip around with lyrics. It wasn't all like,
It was romantic,
I want to
right?
love you. No, it wasn't all that. They had
Yeah.
other stuff. So, I mean, R&B, if I was an R&B fan, I would like it.
Mm-hmm.
I would give it a download it if I was an R&B fan, but it sucks.
Well, I'm going to try to bring you back from that lower rating. I'm going to try to make you understand the genius of this group. Now, the first song, which on this album is called Learn From Each Other, which you'll notice for the whole album, it's got like a kind of like neo-soul, like 80s R&B sound that the keyboard's going on that song, and I really like that hypnotic beat for that song. It's simple, but effective. Next song, which is called Make It Work, which I'm hoping will do for you, to sway your opinion. It will make you dance, and I know you like to dance. And even though it had the same format as the previous song,
is that the first track, or you talk about the second track?
It's same as the first track. I
The
think.
first track had a nice beat,
Yeah. The second track said it's not nice.
and
beat, too.
that's why I was like, "Ooh, maybe this could be good."
Mhm.
And then it just went downhill.
Okay, so the third song on this album is called My Love, and it features Drake, actually. It's got a more modern beat, so it's not so much 80s sound like the previous two songs. But lyrically, it came off redundant and bland. And Drake does his like usual R&B style on his verses. The use of like synth pop and electric house is mixed into like Majid's like singing vocals. So honestly, you'll really get a comparison to The Weeknd when you listen to this album. It's really comparative to what that guy is doing. Now, I really enjoyed the song Shake, Shake, Shake. Did you hear that song?
Yes, I heard Shake,
It's got,
Shake, Shake.
It's got like the funky bass lines and the drum beat. I thought that was a good song.
It was one of the better songs on there.
All right, see, we're bringing them back to our
No,
side.
you're not bringing them back.
We're trying.
No. I was never there.
But like I said, the whole thing is like so 80s style. Like the song Love Is Always There. That song was screaming for like an 80s saxophone solo to go somewhere in that song whatsoever. Like imagine Sade's like Smooth Operator or even Wham's like Careless Whispers. You know that saxophone sound. If they took like a saxophone like that and put that in the song, it would have fit perfectly. And then the fan guitar licks on the song "Something About You" is like a nice touch. But like what Stu said earlier, like the crooning is in his voice is like borderline whiny. It's like when he's singing, you want to go up to him like, "Oh, the poor little baby's getting his knee." Oh, like fucking man up, dude. And somehow the beat on the final track, Every Step, Every Way sounds like tiny like hammers on an anvil. But the bass lines was mesmerizing, so to speak. So with all that, Stu, what do you want to rate this now? I gave you that. Something to think about. 80 stuff? You like 80
Fine,
stuff?
skip this. You only swayed me up one.
That's good. That's good. That's all we can get out of him right now. Now,
Skip it. Just forget it ever happened.
yes.
You don't have to go banish it though. No,
Okay.
no book burning.
All right. So the problem I had if Madrid and Jordan both sing on this album, I fucking couldn't tell the difference. They fucking sound the exact same. Because if they have the same vocal sounds, the whole album would have sounded perfect blasting through the speakers of like a 1986 Ferrari convertible while speeding down the Sunset Strip, or during a cutaway scene on Miami Vice. So if you're like a Wall Street hipster yuppie, if you're a Wall Street yuppie or a hipster, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It will work. But for me, Madrid Jordan are nothing special. So I say this is like something you can download. Do not pay for it. It's just there. But if you want to contradict our opinions or you agree with us, let us know in the comment section.
I spent a lot of money making that album.
Or you can email us in our email section. Let us know what you think. Did you like it? Did you hate this album? What would you rate it if you heard it? We love to know your opinion. Awesome. Not awesome. All right. Isn't that great, Stu? We killed the whole show's worth of thing in an hour.
Well, the albums weren't that great, so
Why talk about them so
you
long,
were the
right?
one, yeah.
I
you
agree.
were the one droning on. Well, can we make it sound a little bit better? Maybe it's not that bad. No, it sucks.
I'm just trying with you, man. I'm just trying. I'm
No, it's
trying.
cool. It's cool.
So you want to, Lil Jon, what do you want to do now? Hey, of course.
Do you ever want to do anything else? Smoke a fatty.
All right. Let's actually see what we got in the old email section. First, we gotta dial up and see what we got going on. Just nobody pick up the phone. Don't kick me off the modem. How you doing, Stu?
You're lucky you got that call waiting program.
I am lucky.
Oh, that thing takes forever.
I feel like it's the 90s all over again here. But I shouldn't complain. That's what we got to deal with, you know?
Remember how long it took? You used to have that download porn.
Well, I still do.
Just little clips. You still download it?
You see, my 56K modem is so slow.
You keep your stuff dirty like that?
You've got mail.
I am. All right, what do you got here? Let's see. All right, so let's read this question because this is actually from a friend of ours, Randy Praster has sent us an email.
Sup, Randy?
And he says, "What's up, Jarrell? Here's my music question. I've actually wanted this for years. Do you think artists get sick of their own songs? Sometimes I wonder what it's like from an artist's perspective when they hear their own song on the radio. Even more so when it's a popular song. And even more so... even more so when it's an overplayed song. Do you think they get sick of it? Do they hear every little flaw they did coming?
Yes, they hear every flaw.
Do they hear every little flaw they did coming out the way they really intended it to? I'm sure it depends on an individual, but I wonder what the most common response would be. And he got other stuff to say here. I'm not going to read this whole thing, Randy. It's really long. It has nothing to do with your first question. So, Stu, being that you were actually in a band and you play live, I think we'll approach.
And I
this
had to
way.
listen to the same song over and over and over and over
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. When you play live,
It's a different feeling. It's a different feeling hearing music that you wrote
okay.
than hearing somebody else's music that they wrote.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you've heard it a million times, it still has a different sound than other people's music
Yeah.
because it's your music.
Okay. So do you feel like when you play live and you had a set list going, that it's kind of like, oh, we got to do the same set list every night when we tour, and it's kind of
No,
redundant?
you try to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
It was try to rearrange the songs. Maybe I can make this intro go into the next. Have this song go into the next song different. Just by how you arrange your set.
yeah. Okay. Well, I think like I never been in a band that was touring or anything like that, but because I was too underground for that, I don't want to sell out like you did.
Sell out? I didn't
doing
sell
shows,
out.
doing shows and stuff like that. That's
Oh my
what
God!
sellouts
You're
do.
actually having gigs?
Yeah, that's what sellouts do. I had it underground when I was in the band.
No, I
was-
believe we were definitely underground.
I was
we
so-
never made much money. So.
No, I was so underground we didn't rehearse.
Yeah, if any, we'd be lucky if money covered like gas money.
That's
You got to put money into it.
that's what
That's how
posers do.
I'm telling you. No, that's what music is. You got to put money into it. I'm telling you, you don't ever see it come back.
Yeah,
No, there's no return. Music is definitely you put money into it, you make it, and it's for other people to enjoy. It's like you're sharing your wealth.
you hear that, Taylor Swift and Kanye? Share your music with us. What I think about this whole topic is when I go see shows and the band's playing their hit songs, I think to myself, they might get sick of playing the same song over and over again. But when you start that song that people know, you can tell me, Stu, if you agree with this or don't. When you start that song, people will know, and when you hit the first like bars or whatever like that, or like the first intro, and everyone cheers, it like stamps out your whole like sickness of the song, and it doesn't matter. You don't care. Everyone's happy. You feed off that energy. It's great. So I don't think people get tired of playing their own music in that aspect or
Yeah,
hearing it.
it's a different feeling.
Yeah. And basically what you said before, like hearing your own song on the radio, I think the first time you hear your own song on the radio, you're excited because it's like, oh my God, I'm popular now. I'm on the radio. This is awesome. And then you might get tired of hearing your own song, but I don't think people that actually put out popular music listen to the radio that much. They have other things to do, like make more music or be with their families or what have you. So I don't think they
Get
really
wasted.
care about that. Yeah, or get drunk. So like we said, even more so when it gets popular, and even more so when it's overplayed. Like it's overplayed to us, but like I heard that Weekend song on the radio again today, and I love it. But I'm sure at this point in the Weekend's career, he's got other things to do than like listen to like all the popular stations in New Jersey to figure out if they're playing his song over and over again.
Yeah, you kind of amaze yourself with if you write your own music. You kind of do amaze yourself in a way, and you're like, even if it's not that great, you're still like, wow, I made that.
Mm-hmm.
That's music I made, and I like it.
Did you feel that way when you were in your two bands?
Well, I wrote electronic music too.
Okay, yeah, we'll get into
Two albums.
whatever you guys want to know about Big League Stew. We'll get into that as our podcasts go on and on. I'm sure you guys want to know the background story of Big League Stew. And
No, that's all right.
you sure?
Yeah,
You have a really famous, interesting background to your life.
Interesting background.
Yes.
My graces with fame. Walking the red carpet. Nah, no,
Someday.
no red carpet.
Someday.
Yeah, I'm not as big as Skrillex.
Not yet.
He was walking the red carpet. Can you believe that?
Someday you'll be there.
Skrillex on the red carpet. Can't believe that a raver made it.
Yeah. So, all right. So, that's all the question we'll do tonight. Because I should have mentioned this before, but we didn't get to record in our usual space. So, we're doing the show at home at my place. So, I don't want to, run the show too long. But next week, I promise you guys, We'll do a longer show. We'll answer more emails and everything whatsoever. We'll have better albums. Hopefully, we'll all agree they're good albums, and we'll get a higher rating than Download This.
It's all shit.
It's all fly shit.
Yeah, fly shit. It's shit that's been eaten and shat out.
That cracks me up. You thought of that. So you want to wrap anything up? You got anything else to say? Let's just end the show right now. It's great show. Give our way to contact us, everything like that. Got to get my notes here. With all
You need notes for that?
Yeah.
Come on.
Here we are.
WWW.
You want to do it? You want to do
No,
it?
no.
All right, I'll do it. So if you want to contact us, go to our web address, which is www.njhybridradio.net. Yes. Or go to the contact section on that page. Or if you don't want to do that, go to our email section at njhybridradio@gmail.com. Email us anything you have on your mind, any questions you have, any comments you want to show, make it better, make it worse. We'd love to hear from you. Or go to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/njhybridradio. And make sure when you're on our Facebook page, you like us on that. Or go to our YouTube channel, which is NJ Hybrid Radio. You can find it somewhere. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we'll get more hits. We'll get more popular. We'll be able to give back more to the community. And our website, we can make it more popular and have more entertaining things as well. Until then, this has been Jarrell and Big League Stu saying have a great week. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.